Fear and anxiety can be apparent in all ages, race, gender, and cultures. No matter who you are or where you're from, there's always something that every individual person has to suffer through. Many people are neglected the understanding of what they're going through emotionally. Even the simplest of fears can turn into anxiety and depression and negatively affect the mind and the person themselves.
Fear of shame. Fear of shame is something when you are afraid to do something because you fear being humiliated or like made fun of because of what you did, if you did it wrong or if you messed up. Fear of shame can hold you back because it too can actually keep you away from important opportunities in your life that can promote positive change. Because of someone being in fear of being humiliated, like once again. For example, many people are amazing at instruments or activities that they play or do, and they will never do that activity or play that instrument in front of people because of this strong fear of shame. Because that fear holds them back. It keeps them from playing in front of people, even though they might sound amazing, because they are in fear of getting up on that stage or getting on that field or doing whatever hobby they do, painting, anything, and they fear messing up in front of these other people and in turn being humiliated. Fear of the unknown. Fear of the unknown is when you fear something that has yet to come or is maybe present in the future, and therefore you kind of stay away from it. You want to stay away from change because you fear change, because you fear what change might bring. It can hold you back from important opportunities, like that might have like a positive outlook on your life. For instance, many people will fear leaving their current jobs or careers because they fear what might happen if they leave their current job and to find like a new one, and what might happen if like that job doesn't work out. Like even though that job might have a higher pay rate or might have better hours, they fear leaving their current job that has worse pay or worse hours because they have this strong fear of what might happen if they do.
Fear of failure is when you're so afraid to do something, even the simplest of tasks, because you believe you won't be able to complete it. It can hold you back from doing things that you want to do because you're just too afraid you're going to mess up and make a mistake. This goes along with stage fright. You get up on stage and you're so afraid to mess up that instead of giving yourself a chance, you don't allow yourself to mess up because you don't even start talking. Fear of acceptance/rejection go hand in hand, being that if you're not accepted, that means you've been rejected, and vice versa. It can be the fear of one being accepted into a social group, a college, a team when trying out, etc. Rejection goes with it because if you're not accepted into these things, you feel rejected, and you feel like no one cares about you. This can hold you back from even trying the thing out initially, in fear of being rejected. It also holds you back from being yourself in fear that others won't accept you for who you truly are. If you've ever found yourself dealing with fears and anxiety, the best thing to know is that there are many things out in the world that can help you. Talking to someone about it is one of the best ways to go about this, especially when you're starting off. Just talking to someone that has been through the same things that you've been through can help immensely. And going to a therapist or a psychologist and talking to them about it can help even more than that because they're licensed professionals and they know what they're doing. In therapy for anxiety, basically, they help you learn ways to manage your anxiety through skill development, and this often has a huge impact on an individual and greatly increases the sense of being in control of one's body and one's experiences, so it really makes you feel like, you're in control of yourself, like not your anxiety anymore. Um, and if your anxiety gets bad, just know that if you can't talk to your parents and you can't talk to any guardian or anyone, that there's depression anxiety hotlines out there for you, and they're super easy to look up, so just give them a call. You can even see a doctor and get prescribed medication as another option. Just know anxiety affects everyone, so don't be embarrassed or afraid. Just realize your fears and talk about them with somebody. Eventually, over time, you should be able to take your fear and learn the way it works and use that as a motivator to get better, and a motivator to do things in your life that you strive to do.
Fear as a motivator. Let's talk about it. Fear is a very uncomfortable feeling. Nothing makes us more uncomfortable than fear. We're all born with fear in some way, whether it's just the fear of spiders, or mostly, as what I would like to talk about today, is turning your fears into motivators. It's like emotional fears. So it's like the examples that we have given earlier: fear of shame, fear of rejection, fear of acceptance, those kind of things. Fear is an instinct. We're all born with it. Getting help from someone can help you turn your fears into motivators, because in order for someone to successfully turn fear into a motivator, they need a solution, like a new path to follow. And someone else could be that solution, the new path to follow away from fear. An example: I myself have a strong fear of living in poverty. What that means is I have a fear of growing up and getting married and having kids and living in poverty and not being able to provide for them and give them what they need and live a comfortable life. I created a path for myself, a path to a career in dentistry. My father's a dentist, and he's given me and both my brothers, he's given me both my brothers a life where a kid can have the time to be a kid. So like when I was younger, I had the ease of being able to have fun and enjoy the time while I had it. When I was a lot younger, he taught us a lot of life skills when I was younger, and I want to give my family the chances that I had when I was a kid. I made that decision to work to become one. Till this day, that is still the career I am pursuing. I still intend to follow this path all the way through. I still intend to become a dentist so I can give my family that life that I had. I started with thought when I was just a kid. What happens if I can't provide for my family in the future? What will I do? I feared that I would not be able to give them the chances I had. I had a fear of living in poverty. I used that fear and I flipped it and made it a motivator. And I did that to motivate myself to work hard until I reached my goal. Now to this day, I still am working hard to reach my goal, and I still intend to reach that goal. And I really would like to do that, because I really want my family to enjoy the young life. I want my kids to have the experiences of being a kid, and that is probably the best example I can give for turning your fears into motivators.